Howdy one and all, we're back. So far it says it's excellent. Ooh, excuse me. Oh. Oh, Riley. Wow. They're gonna have to start sponsoring me, man. I sing their song all the freaking time. Someone is watching me. Da-da-da-da. Alright, see how this goes. So she's an automatic +9. Oop. Hey, don't judge me for O'Reilly's, Miss Lady Roo. How does it look on your end, my dear? For all of you that don't know, Lady Roo is Lady Bushido. So everybody say hi. And I am streaming on data because my Wi-Fi does not move fast enough to upload. Awesome. Thank you very much, madam. Enjoy the rest of your show. So she's in the living room while I went to the bedroom. And so you may at some point hear her. I just scared the absolute tarnations out of my dog who was eating, and I feel bad for this. And I think I'm using one of the kitchen chairs because I don't have a gaming chair when I'm using the desktop or the laptop. And yeah, you're welcome. Don't die. I don't die. That's not what I do. Yeah, only if that were true. Ooh. That is a 92 multiplier, ladies and gentlemen. That's about as good as it gets. Don't do anything you wouldn't do. Yes, ma'am. You got it. I'm very sorry about 2 or 3 days ago I had a video. 2 days ago? Yes, yeah, it wasn't yesterday, the day before. Don't show up my high score. Right. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Boy, she's in there talking some smack for somebody that don't play no more. So, I can hear myself in the game on her device. So, me responding to y'all is lagged as well. You're about, I don't know, maybe 5 or 10 seconds behind what I'm actually saying. And there are 2 people watching. Yay! Howdy, welcome to the stream. About 10 seconds or so. Well, that works for me. I don't know, so that's probably about a 20-second total lag from by the time you say something till I respond. Whew. It also may be how strong my connection is. I don't know. I mean, it's data, and it's good data. I've got like, I don't know, a couple weeks left before I run out of high-speed data. But service is what I mean, not data. So, stream health is excellent. And just for 5 minutes, 40 seconds, adjust myself here. Yeah, your chat's gonna lag behind me. From the time you respond to the time I get it, there's a good bit of lag. I haven't timed it exactly, but from the time that I'm able to read what you're saying till I'm sure you've typed it is probably 10 seconds or so, depending on the game or if I'm paying attention. Thank you very much, my darling. Enjoy the rest of your TV time. do 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 do. Such a nice, peaceful ride out in the subways for 92 multiplier. So I'm thinking 30 plus 10, 40, plus 7, 47, 87. That's what I got now. Be like a 94 tomorrow on Thursday. Maybe a 95. I don't quite. I'm horrible at math. But it's awesome that I have a 92 multiplier and I'm just running. Oh, Coco. Really do enjoy this character. Well, for the ones of you watching, I want to thank you for stepping in tonight and hanging out with me. I'm just going to run, whether it's 20 minutes or whether it's an hour, until I die or I just can't stand to look at the screen anymore. I've got a little bit of a sinus headache coming on. Getting old's rough. I swear it's like every time that weather changes, I don't feel well. Ooh, doo 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 doo. Why I just juked left. I don't know if that's a juke. Went left on the. Ooh. Pushed it a little farther. And I know it's also a school night and it's late. I didn't get home until late. And I was watching my buddy Cattle Bear. And I just felt like I could stream a little. And I won't be able to do this next week because this will probably eat up all of my high-speed data. Which is okay. Because I'm going to try and do recordings this weekend with Kamikaze. We play Clash Royale together, and I will probably stream if he is available. I don't know how long we'll be able to stream for, but I'm going to try and stream some Clash Royale 2v2. I think that'll be fun. I think he's going to try and come up and see me. We live about an hour apart. It isn't terrible, but he lives way out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, his cell service out there is generally bad, but he got a new phone. So that'll be cool. He got the Note 7 or the S7. Kamikaze, I was just talking about you, boo boo. What are you doing, brother? Huh. So I don't know how popular that game will be compared to this one. Coming round the mountain when she comes. I know you was. I knew somebody was watching me. I just didn't know who it was, man. Unless they talk. I don't know. Dude, look at that multiplier. 46. Stock. Well, not stock, but that would be insane. That would be broken. So, my plan with you is if you're available for a live stream, we'll try and live stream for an hour or so Saturday sometime. And that evening I will do a Subway Surfers after. Always lurking in the shadow. Well, I'll tell you, I've not always been called Bushido. My gamer tag was Meteor, but Kamikaze earned his. Let's just say it was kind of the hard way, but it was a fun hard way. We were playing the original Halo together, and we get to the very last mission, the Pillar of Autumn. And there's a room in the Pillar of Autumn that have 2 hunters hanging out. And I can't tell you how many times that we died trying to get past that darn thing. And I'll tell you, I died a lot. So we get the bright idea, and it probably took us a day to formulate a proper plan. Yes, this was on Legendary. This was not heroic on normal or easy or nothing. This was as hard. We were trying to play it all the way through on Legendary, and it took us what felt like forever. One, because we were young and it was our first real first-person shooter together. Ooh, about laid myself out there. And we have these plasma grenades, and he just comes up with this idea like light bulb, and he says, just stick one in my head when I run into the room. Every time I run into the room, we had like, I don't know, half a dozen, 10, And I'm like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, we'll take them out the hard way. I'll blow up, they'll die. And he cleared this whole room, because we couldn't even get in the door. He cleared this whole room very slowly, mind you. But he did do it. And it was epic. And I was like, dude, you're like a little kamikaze. And I don't remember what his gamer tag was prior to that. But it became kamikaze after. And I was just like, oh my god. That was great. And ever since then, anytime I've had a problem with a Halo game, I have thought back to those little moments. Oh, that was probably the best Halo. 3 was okay, 2 was awful, but 1, the first one, that was their bread and butter. Bungie knocked it out the park. 4 wasn't bad. It was no 1, in my opinion. I mean, even the updated edition wasn't as awesome. It's just the original graphics and 4 friends playing a game together. And we went once to a friend of mine's house, and we had like as many Xboxes hooked up as you could possibly hook up. And we were all playing Halo 2 together. And we had like 3 or 4 TVs and people set up, and I miss that times too. I'll be doc diggity. Y'all notice the oops there from Kilo Games, that their boots are there, they're working, but they're not on my character's feet. But we played that with a guy that had won really well in our area. Had won several tournaments. Had played against some of Bungie's teams. He was as good a player as I ever faced off against that I knew personally. And I remembered Kamikaze was the only one to get any significant amount of kills on him, and that's because Kamikaze didn't care to die. He was perfectly okay with being that guy. Whee! But that was many, many moons ago. I've still even got that Xbox. I have the original in a case, made by Xbox, by Microsoft, with like 1 controller. And some of my original, someone had to do it. Yeah. Well, I couldn't get close enough to kill him. You seem like you're the only one with enough talent to do so. I'm just saying. Check my stream health. But yeah, I mean, you know, we played that game. That was probably besides the N64, that was probably the next console that we played that many multiplayer games together. Now the N64, we played Mario Kart, a bunch of multiplayer games together. We have been playing computer games, console games, mobile, together in one shape, form, or fashion for about as long as I can remember. GoldenEye, we played the heck out of some GoldenEye. I remember when Kamikaze come home one day, and I don't remember where he got them, but he got the cheat codes for GoldenEye to unlock all the weapons. So, you know, every map had a bunch of weapons around, and oh man, murder. We were just slaying one another. Or, played a lot of Star Fox together, but that wasn't multiplayer. Star Fox 64. Dune 2000. That is a game that I wished I still had. Once I build my PC, I will probably look for it so I can play it. We play 2v2 Halo Wars anytime against anybody, and I would pick Kamikaze every single time. It's the freaking Prophet of Regret. Now that was Xbox 360, but I never knew another Prophet of Regret that was as good as he was. He was on the leaderboards for multiple months as one of the top, what was it, like 10 Kamikaze? Yeah, 3-hour matches. We would fight, and I mean literally, and we would play one match. Most people would be like, "Oh well, we'll play multiples." No, one freaking match. He was the only person I knew that, I mean, he could destroy me if he was the Prophet. If I had to face him, I mean, you had to be a darn good spammer, because that's the only way you're going to beat him. You give him more than 5 minutes with the freaking Prophet of Regret, and it's on. He's going to eat you up. He would have multiple bases, multiple everything. He'd have it all researched, every ship, air, and just enough to make you want to scream. Yeah, top 250 worldwide for a year. And he was probably a little higher than somewhere in the 250s, but it was just different. I mean, the other guys were just faster at spamming units. They had to give him time in a match to build up any kind of resources, you couldn't beat him. Crap, man, I wouldn't pay no attention. Get for wondering. Boom. 3.37. That ain't bad. Me, does it feel like my characters are really close up for having a hoverboard? I'm not bad. I'm not legendary. I remember having the AI difficulty up to like 170 something, and Kamikaze was beating it. Wow, 3.5 million. That ain't shabby for a... Yeah, the AI difficulty was broken. It was almost just too easy. After you get to a certain level, you know what the computer... It's only going to do one thing. It's just going to do it faster. It's going to make it harder for you to beat it. It got to the point where I didn't care whether I had another match or not. I had pushed that game to its limits. The thing with this game is just not setting a goal. You want 4 million, 10 million, whatever it is. You can't set a goal. You cannot put a number in your head as that's as far as I'm going to go. Every time I play, which has been more here lately, is just go as far as you can every single time. Except on Worthy Weekend, which is fine. But if you're playing to put a high score up, you've got to play like you're trying to beat your last high score. And then you want to go for more. Like that right there. Give yourself breaks. Close your eyes. 5 seconds. Rub them. You know that coins are not as important as some would let on. It's not as big a deal. Have plenty of hoverboards. You don't want to be down a hoverboard. I've got 731, and that's not enough, really. You need thousands of hoverboards. Ooh, that was a close one. And Lady Bushido is out of the shower. I hear no more water. Howdy do. Want to say hi to everybody? Hi. Oh, I've got enough keys. Whew. Now that's enough to pucker her up. And 92, as fast as this is going, yeah, I'll take them 3 points. Boo. Kamikaze, what exactly are you booing, sir? I liked the 5-year arena. It was very neat. The confetti and it, like the big carnival rides. Your gameplay of CSGO. What is CSGO? I'm not sure what CSGO is. Oh, trying to scare Lady Bushido. That's Kamikaze, not I. Corey, my buddy, what are you doing, Butters? How's the Middle Tennessee treating you? There's Elite. How you doing, man? I showed up in your stream, by the way, and you never said anything to me. And I couldn't stay long, but I did show up. You were unlocking characters when I showed up. Good. Ooh, that was close. Hashtag Subway Hype. Yeah, boy. So, Corey and I have been trying to, just figure out my rhythm, and I just never expected this game to do well. I never expected to get nearly, it was like 400 or 500 views on the first Subway Surfers live stream. I mean, that is insane to think that many people even looked at my video. I would have never, ever, ever thought it. Now, I've only got 33 subscribers, but that's a blessing. I see that as a victory. You know, people will come back if I continue to do this. Life is good and God is better. Amen to that, brother. God always provides. There's that and that. There we go. And away we go. Had to readjust. Pillow sticking in my side was no bueno. I'm doing pretty good. Got the ball rolling on some things that in the personal world that, you know, have been kind of getting at me, and I think I'm moving in the right direction now, and I definitely feel that weight's kind of off my shoulders. It's not done yet, but it won't be long. Enjoying my third day off. Got one more day off, and then I will be back to work for 4. So if I can work 4, Lord willing, you'll get 4 good streams. Maybe 5 if I can. A buddy of mine's got better internet. Jim West. I'm gonna try tomorrow, if he is available, to go over to his house for a little bit. He has fiber. I'm not sure whose high score I'm running, but I'm running somebody's. I see it just a hair underneath my name. Excuse me. What I need to do, since I got the light on and I'm in the bedroom, is pick up my water bottle and go fill it, so I'll have it for tonight after the stream. I tell you, out of all the games that I played, and I played a lot, this one is a whole heap of fun. Okay. And it's not whether I'm beating someone else's score or putting up a big score. It's just fun. I don't get frustrated at this game near as much as I do Clash Royale. Clash Royale has near one. The hype train. Clash Royale makes me want to break devices. Oh. Got 3 folks watching. That's cool. I would say Kamikaze's still out there somewhere. He may be in bed by now, though. Our boy's got to get up early. I love this board. It's so broken, but I'm not going to complain. God, look at all them coins. Now I'm thinking about trains. Well, you know, I do live in the city of the Choo Choo, or live close to the city of the Choo Choo. So anytime you want to come down to old Chat Town, we'll go look at some trains. But I don't. Trains aren't necessarily my thing. I used to live near some train tracks, and I didn't care for that. Oops. And Lady Rue, my missus, can attest to that. That sucker would come through and rattle out my air conditioning unit. You'd be sitting there. Well, I don't recall if she ever saw that apartment. I don't think so. She saw the outside of it once. She come up to see me for a few minutes, and but it was awful. It was a poor man apartment. Mm-hmm. Boom. Somebody had a heck of a high score if I'm still trailing it. Unless that's get her on a stream. Actually, you just missed her, Corey. She come into the bedroom to get something after her shower, and she said hi. And the problem with most of my streams, my Wi-Fi here is just not fast enough. So I have to use data. And which is fine. I don't care to do it. I'm having a hoot. She's already left the room, my friend. That was probably 10 minutes ago, give or take. Well, I'm very sorry, sir, that you're heartbroken that you missed her, but she was just in and out, so it was not meant to be for this stream. But I'll see if we can get her in on the next one. Very good question, sir. Let me pause it and I will tell you. I have 2 people watching the stream at the moment. If you see it at the bottom, and I've been streaming for 40.5 minutes. But I think at one point I had 3 or 4 people watching. You have an idea, give you a second. Uh-oh. The man is a genius, ladies and gentlemen. He's far brighter than I am. I trust him explicitly. I don't just give anyone else my information so we can make all this work. He put a lot of time and effort into making my social media pages. I couldn't have done it without him. I mean, I probably could have, but it would have taken me months. And I mean months, not days. You know, it's not something they just teach you in school. I mean, I guess they could, but you'd have to go to school for that. That's what makes that score rolls, that double. But 9 times 92 is a beast. The beginning of the week was times 104. But it was so sporadic on that Mystery Monday that it was not steady enough to help your score. It's cool to watch, but I'd rather take a solid 92, or as long as the times 2 goes, than a half 104. Tweeted about it. Awesome, sir. Awesome, you're a good man. I've just realized kind of how fast this score's going with time. It is rolling. I'm at 6.88 million. Well, almost. I am now. And it's just nothing. I may break my all-time record. Only if it works. That's true. It may not work. And that's okay. I'm having a hoot regardless. You know, to think about it, in all honesty, I think the reason the other ones was such a big success. What is the highest score? My highest score is 11 million. I do not know what like the world record is. I've never Googled it, or I would assume Guinness would have a world record for the game. But there's no world record leaderboard for me to look at. Ah, nuts. Oh, double nuts. And I'm out of keys. 3 keys. I'm just going to take them and take it as a blessing. I don't remember getting that. That's a lot of coins. Oh, that is a really good movie. On May 26th. 2 hoverboards, 2 hoverboards, 500 coins. I would have probably lost my conniption if I got 500 hoverboards. 3 head starts, 1 head start. There used to be 2 different kinds of head starts. So my top run, that is my high score. Top run. Let's collect that. No, there. No, that's it. That's what I want. So my friend Marsha hit 9.16 million. That's who's I've been running against all night. And then I hit 9.32 million. So I'm going to wait for him to respond. And then I'm going to end the stream. So if you have Coco unlocked, it ends in 38 minutes, it's a +9. And I would say tomorrow's will be even better. Holy smokes. 2 billion. That, sir, is absolutely insane. So I'm not even close to that good. My 11,733,100 and something 989 ain't nothing. Ain't a drop in the bucket. 2 billion. Holy cat mackerel. Well, folks, I want to thank everybody that stopped in tonight to watch. I appreciate it very much. And tomorrow we will try our best to come back with another one. Until then, stay safe, have fun, and I will see you in the next Subway Surfers. We'll run the pipe together again tomorrow. Later.